Next on Worcester News Tonight, the Worcester Police Department honors its civilian graduating class. What residents learned. Plus, from high school to the workforce, a new program helps students find jobs in the manufacturing business. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Schaefer. Getting to know your police department and keeping the city safe at the same time. Worcester Police held their Civilian Academy graduation Thursday night. The program allows residents to see up close what the city's police department does. It's open to all, and tonight 30 civilians graduated. Our Jennifer Zarate was there, and she has the story.
The Worcester Police Civilian Academy commemorates its graduating class. At police headquarters, 30 members were awarded diplomas Thursday night.
I'm very proud to be here to know more about the great organization we have in the city of Worcester.
The Civilian Academy is an 8-week program open to Worcester residents interested in learning more about how the police department operates.
It gave us an opportunity to show what we do. We'll show off what we do, and to give them a better understanding of what policing is, but especially how we police in the city of Worcester.
City manager Ed Augustus says the city has been able to reduce crime because of the relationship the police department has with the community.
That trust in that relationship allows people to share information and making sure that we're working together to take back our neighborhoods and keep our communities safe.
Civilian Academy graduate Winifred Octave says taking this class opened her eyes.
I was one of those big judgmental person about policing and like they're not doing the job right. And since the police are getting involved with the community, the crime has lowered a lot.
Octave says the program creates a dialogue between residents and police.
Now with that academy, it's like a community. The police is not separate from us, and we are not separated from the police. We work together.
Police Chief Stephen Sargent says the police department wants to be a part of its neighborhoods, like Green Hill, where Octave is from.
And I live there here tonight with a better perspective of policing.
District Attorney Joe Early says the academy is an opportunity for residents to get educated. Back to you, Brittany.
Thank you, Jennifer. Worcester police are investigating an armed robbery at a Walgreens. The incident happened Wednesday night at the Walgreens on Grafton Street. Police say the suspect demanded the clerk keep the register open, and when the clerk closed the door, the suspect showed a handgun in his waistband. The suspect took an undisclosed amount of money and fled the scene. He is described as a white male in his mid-20s, approximately 6 feet tall. Leicester police arrest a man after an apparent road rage incident. Police say the driver became angry when a van stopped short in front of him to help someone with directions. The suspect then allegedly swerved at the van several times on Route 56. Police say the male operator pulled a knife and began verbally threatening the woman driving the van. Police later found the vehicle and arrested the man on multiple charges, including operating after suspension of driver's license and assault with a dangerous weapon. The identity of the suspect hasn't been released. Now to Oxford. Police are warning female realtors in the area. They say a man is harassing the realtors by asking to cut their hair. Alicia Palumbo has the story from Oxford.
Oxford police putting out a warning of an unusual scam targeting female realtors.
Our concern for us, again, was some sort of a scam to try to get money and not follow through on it, and it led to something which we didn't expect. It appears it's some sort of a hair fetish.
That's right, a hair fetish. The victim, who doesn't want to be identified, is a realtor who was recently contacted by a man named Doug Barcelona, who was looking to buy a house in Auburn near a hair salon he said he was opening here on Southbridge Street.
Since I'm opening a salon, he's like, I'm looking for new clients. Would you be my client?
She says at first she turned him down, but eventually agreed.
And then he started texting me, and then he's like, can you send me a picture? It just got weird.
She went to Oxford police, who figured out Doug Barcelona is actually Doug Bartley of Framingham. And police say he admitted he didn't own a hair salon and apologized for having a hair fetish.
He realized that it was wrong, that what he did, and that he wouldn't do it again.
But Oxford police ran Bartley's name and found that he faced similar accusations in 2009 in Westboro, in 2010 in Holden, and earlier this year in Fall River. Reached by phone, Doug Bartley told me it's already been taken care of. It's the last time it's going to happen. But police and the victim say people need to be vigilant.
There are people with bad intentions that are out there.
Normally, if it doesn't seem right, it isn't.
We should stress that Doug Bartley is not charged with any crimes here in Oxford, nor in any of the other places where he's accused of similar behavior. In Oxford, Alicia Palumbo, Worcester News Tonight.
After the devastating suicide bombing killed 22 people in Manchester, England, people are coming together to support their communities, including right here in Worcester. The American Red Cross of Worcester Donor Center says they have seen an increase in blood donations over the past few days, and this often happens after tragedies. But because donations like platelets have a 5-day shelf life, they always are in need of more.
Like to see more people when there are tragedies like that happen. I know, unfortunately, sometimes that is the reason why people come in to donate, but we would rather have people come in more often, not just because of a tragedy, just because it's a good thing to do. Platelets are in demand, you know, they have a really short shelf life of 5 days. Our platelets we use for patients who have cancer, leukemia, so it's constantly needed.
Collection specialist Danny Rivera says this time of year can be slow for donations because of people traveling, graduations, and the heat can turn people away. The Worcester Donor Center is open 7 days a week and is looking for all types of blood. A new pathway program through the Worcester public school systems will connect students directly to well-paying entry-level jobs in the manufacturing industry. Superintendent Maureen Beninda says expanding opportunities for students will help them find lifelong careers. Our Olivia Lemon has the details.
A new program between the Gerald Kramer Center and Worcester Technical High School is helping 12 students graduate and enter the manufacturing industry.
If we can grow this model through this pilot, we can expand it not just for manufacturing, but for other programs that are in demand in the private sector as well.
Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce President Tim Murray says he came up with the idea of a pathway program after hearing from local manufacturers about a lack of people applying for their jobs.
We know the single biggest issue for our members is the talent turnpike. How do we get qualified, motivated people, trained people to work in all sectors of our economy?
The Kramer Center is an alternative Worcester public school for non-traditional students. This program is funded by a more than $122,000 state grant. It allows about 12 students a semester to train at Worcester Tech 3 days a week after school.
Our goal is to do streamlined 15-week programs, a couple afternoons a week, with also partnerships from local industry to go and visit their companies, see what manufacturing is about.
Students graduate with state and national certificates, allowing them to be hired right out of school.
And manufacturing jobs on average pay statewide on average it's over $60,000 a year, and with opportunities to grow and earn more.
So this is really giving them a clear direction and a clear pathway to not only securing a job when they do graduate, but securing a job that's going to pay well.
Scott Moriarty is a career advisor for students participating in the program. He says it allows them to take a closer look at their goals after graduation.
A lot of our other students now have seen these students, what they've been able to do, the opportunities that are going to present themselves to them, and now there is some excitement that's starting to build in the other student population.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
School committee member Diana Biancaria also played a role in the new program. She says the manufacturing industry is not going away, it's modernizing itself and giving students more career opportunities. More than 30,000 books will be distributed to Worcester Public Schools throughout the week for student summer reading. School committee member John Monfredo is collecting books as part of his annual book drive. He says in the past 12 years, they've distributed more than 500,000 books to Worcester students. Monfredo says the goal is to help students and families who may not be able to afford books get the supplies they need.
I certainly hope that the parents take the time to make sure that reading is taking place in the lives of the children. 20 minutes a day of reading, that's what we're looking for.
Monfredo says while the actual book drive took place last month, he is always collecting books to distribute. Memorial Day weekend generally signifies the unofficial start of summer. For many, it means cookouts around the grill, but firefighters have a warning for people starting up the grills this weekend. Our Catherine Angioli has some important advice for outdoor cooks.
Get fired up For grilling safety, it's what fire officials are warning as summer barbecue season kicks off Memorial Day weekend.
A lot of people will actually reach inside the grill with a match to try and ignite a propane grill, and they'll end up getting either singed or severely burned.
According to the Massachusetts Fire Incident Reporting System, between 2012 and 2016, 487 fires involving grills, hibachis, and barbecues injured 22 people, including 3 firefighters. Shrewsbury Deputy Fire Chief Bruce Card says many fires are caused by people incorrectly starting their grill and leaving it unattended.
Rule number 1 in any grilling is never leave the grill unattended. Many people will try and pour more fuel into the briquettes to try and accelerate the burning process, which is extremely dangerous.
Leftover grease is another culprit of grill fires. Residue is something experts say needs to be cleaned off the surface before bringing out the burgers.
Buildup of all the grease and deposits and things like that.
Whether you're using charcoal or gas, Chief Card says it's important to inspect your grill, make sure it's clean and properly turned on, and always grill away from your house or an exterior wall.
People who use it through the summertime and then put it away come winter, your first step would be a proper cleaning. You want to take out the grates, you want to take out any food or grease residue that's there. You're going to check the tubes, you're going to check the lines. Those type of things can ignite in the bottom of the grills and cause problems.
In Worcester, Catherine Andrioli, Worcester.